It was the late 1970s in Los Angeles, California. Suman Banerjee, and his friend, Nick DeNoia, pooled money to start a new kind of strip club. Men bearing it for women. It didn't go well. The show was tasteless, the name was banal, and the grimy location on Overland Avenue in Los Angeles was worse. What finally helped was a couple of showmen from Las Vegas. Steve Merritt and his partner Mark Donnelly were hired to turn the enterprise around. They hatched the idea of a Vegas-type song and dance show to wrap around the disrobing. To find performers, they cruised the Muscle Beaches outside L.A. They brought the guys back to a studio, and ran them through a line dancing routine. Then they applied some Village People-style outfits. Their idea was simple but innovative: sex sells, but instead of making the show lustful, they made it entertaining. Drawing on their Las Vegas experience, Merritt and Donnelly understood how to do it, how to produce a fun theatrical fantasy instead of a crude flesh show. The general concept made sense and the execution was professional, but on opening night, no one knew what would happen. Chippendales exploded. First in the United States, then Europe, and then everywhere as Banerjee and DeNoia rushed to form multiple traveling versions of their production. The time they didn't spend together mounting the shows, they spent in court fighting over who was entitled to how much of the profits, and who really owned the suddenly very valuable Chippendales name and concept. The dispute ended in 1987 after DeNoia was shot dead in his office. And that left Suman Banerjee with the whole show. Here he is taking over DeNoia's role as choreographer.
1, 2, 3.
One major problem Chippendales faced is that it wasn't a hard show to copy. Get some muscled guys, some uniform store costumes, a pop music soundtrack, and pound it all together into a dance routine with a little teasing. You don't need a genius to do it. So others started. Michael Fullington was a junior choreographer for Chippendales. He struck up a friendship with some of the show guys, and they split away into a group called Club Adonis. The original choreographers Merritt and Donnelly also got in on the act, forming their own traveling revue called Dream Street. Unhappy with these copycat acts, Banerjee hired a hitman to go around killing the whole bunch. The hitman, it turned out, was an FBI informant. Banerjee ended up in jail. The ensuing investigation led to more charges. There was arson because Banerjee had burned down one of his own clubs for the insurance money some time back. And there was also another count of conspiracy to murder since it was Banerjee who'd arranged to have his original partner, Nick DeNoia, shot. The case never got to trial. Banerjee agreed to plead guilty, absorb a 26-year sentence, and give up his rights to Chippendales along with nearly all his money and real estate holdings. While the lawyers worked out the details, Banerjee's wife Irene worked feverishly to organize a group of character witnesses. By bringing a parade of people to testify about her husband's good side at the sentencing hearing, she was hoping to get the jail time reduced a little bit. Or, maybe she was hoping to hold on to more of the money and real estate they'd accumulated. No one got the chance to testify. On the morning of the hearing, Banerjee hung himself in his cell. Because the trial was never completed, the plea deal never went into effect. And because the guilty man was dead, there was no one left to charge with any crime. Chippendales and all the money and property associated with it went to Banerjee's wife Irene.